This is Spirit Lady Robin Alexis, and I am inviting you to be a guest to sit in the seat of honor on Mount Shasta's Mystic Radio and share what you are doing that makes your dreams come true. Did you write a book? Do you have a retreat center? Take care of the land? Take care of feral cats? What is your vision to create a better world? We want you as a guest on Mount Shasta's Mystic Radio. What are the things that you do to tend to your community? I am thrilled to host Mount Shasta's Mystic Radio with author Elizabeth Diane. She and I, among many other things, are the authors of the Amazon best-selling book Shasta the Skunk, Honey Bee Hero, and Elizabeth is the illustrator. The book is a timeless treasure for the illustrations alone, and what we learn about bees is priceless. Elizabeth also birthed the nonprofit BeWellHive.org, and all of the profits for this book go to BeWellHive.org. BeWellHive.org is also sponsoring Mount Shasta Mystic Radio, together with my business, RobinAlexis.com. All my life, I have wanted to be a philanthropist, and with Lisa's help, my dream has come true. This season of Mount Shasta's Mystic Radio is how can we make our dreams a reality? Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Robin. It's an honor to be here with you. And I already sense that we're with the bees and just where we need to be, offering this to community.
And I don't know if people can hear it, but my cat in the background is trying to become part of the show as well. So let's welcome Cleopatra as she's meowing in the background in case you guys can hear her. And that's really what this is about. It's organically in our lives as we live them, with our two-leggeds and four-leggeds. What are we doing to make this place more fruitful for everybody?
I agree with you. We are starting to really realize that what we do impacts other people in big ways sometimes. Our choices, our day-to-day choices add up. And when we start focusing on how can we help all of us thrive, then we all benefit.
Yes, it's a quantum universe, and quantum physics states that when 51% of an energy goes in a certain direction, the other 49% has to follow. And so the energy of this show and the energy of everything you do with the Be Well Hive .org organization is about lifting energy up. And so that we can lift everything up and just make everybody happy and be like the bees who are happy in the flowers.
That is so true. I mean, what other animal makes honey?
Yeah, no
It's the
kidding.
sweetness of life. And so everything that we do for the whole does have that effect of enhancing the sweetness, the joy. And to me, it's just a pure vibration of our true nature and why we're here. So I'm excited to be in service this way. And in service to me is about enhancing the joy and finding the joy within, and each of us finding our own special way of, collecting nectar and making honey and pollinating and sharing the joy together.
And one of the ways you do that is you have a dance thing that you've orchestrated as well, right?
Well, yeah. I am a part of Mount Shasta Ecstatic Dance, mostly because I love to dance and I love music. And really, there's a story behind that led to the formation of Be Well Hive. And that is that we needed a nonprofit in order to rent the space where we dance on the mountain. And I had been guided a few years prior when I was hosting a beehive where I lived. And I was guided to start a nonprofit that would somehow help the bees and affect children. And they didn't know exactly how that would be. Sometimes when we get the nudge from spirit or the guidance comes through to do something, sometimes I want to know the details. And I didn't know the details at the time. I didn't even have the money to file for a 501c3 at the time. But the mission of BeWellHive.org is nurturing wellness and building resilient community in Mount Shasta and beyond borders. And so, one aspect of it is that it supports this ecstatic dance, which is a wonderful gathering of community. It's all ages, it's a sober, space, a safe space to dance as you are and to move the energy through. So, kind of shake off the tension of the day and just enjoy the music and community and each other in a dance space that is, it's really healing and healthy for people who come just love it, and it becomes a main part of their well-being routine. So that is one way that this nonprofit is supporting the community. And then we have other projects, and one of them, of course, is the book you mentioned, Shasta the Skunk Honeybee Hero. And this is a fun story that started with you, Robin, and it was such an exciting thing to collaborate with. Do you want to tell us how this book got started, and then I can share a little more?
Yeah, when I was a senior in high school, which was 1973, so that dates me, I actually originally wrote a story about a skunk with no stripe. And the skunk with no stripe was me because I felt really, really different. I grew up in Plymouth, New Hampshire, which at the time did not welcome someone who had mystical abilities or could see people's past lives or could speak to aliens or whatever. I mean, I was just such a unique little cupcake for that area at that time. And it was really hard for me because I had to pretend I was happy. And so I wrote this story. And then a couple of years ago, when my dad passed away, my daughter sent me a box of things my father had kept. And in the box was all these little short stories I had written in high school. One of them was about this skunk. So I said to Lisa, let's change up the story with still using this character of this misfit who finally finds what her sole purpose is, and place that character in the book and talk about the bees. And so she said, okay. Take it from there, Lisa.
Yeah, I was really happy to do this with you. The theme and the story itself just kind of wrote itself, I think, from both your higher self bringing through what needed to be told, like how we belong, even if we think we don't belong, even if we think we don't fit in. And along with that, to offer some information about the bees in a way that everyone can understand how we can care for the bees, which is really caring for each other because they pollinate our food. Most of our food gets pollinated by insects, and most of them are honeybees. And so, caring for them in such a way that helps them thrive instead of become extinct keeps us from becoming extinct. So, it's pretty important. So it's a story that is wonderful for adults and children. And it also offers a way to help, it's an inspiration, a way to help each other in community so that we all thrive, even though we're all very different and have different interests. But the story shows how people can work together with their differences and come together with solutions that help the community thrive.
And this book was particularly healing for me. I've written 10 books, and this book touched my heart and healed me beyond anything that any of the other books did. And to
Mm.
know that the profits goes to help this particular nonprofit, the Be Well Hive, where it's helping community, it's helping bees, it's helping children. Wow, what a dream come true for me. And that's what Elizabeth and I both want. We want to hear from you. What is it that you're doing or you need help doing to have your dreams become a reality? So if you want to be in the seat of honor and tell us your story, on Mount Shasta's Mystic Radio, what you do is you get a hold of Elizabeth at the BeWellHive.org. There will be a place for you to communicate with her, and then we'll get you situated and get you on the show, and you can be part of this community that uplifts people.
Indeed. I am really excited to hear from the guests that we're going to have because having known some people in this community, and then of course there may be listeners from other communities that would like to be on the show, and we all inspire each other. There are so many amazing people around here doing things that you just don't find in commonplace big cities where people get really disconnected and they wouldn't know that some person is just doing some unique thing, some unique way of tending the land, or some unique way of helping other people heal their trauma, or the list goes on. And they're doing it in service in such a way that we can all benefit by being inspired and learning about each other. So,
And this is a
yeah,
hub for that to
let's,
happen. Let's find out about you, people.
yes,
Get in touch with Elizabeth at bewellhive.org.
yes, thank you. So, I'm excited because the potential to help people through being on this show is making a wave in humanity that I feel is really needed at this time. I know we were talking about that earlier, Robin,
Yes,
that
I can
one of the,
literally feel it.
yeah,
It's a living life wave pattern that this show itself has. It's like a container, and the
mm,
container wants to be fed with the delicious, luscious news of what people are doing to make their dreams become a reality.
yes, bring your nectar and we'll make it into honey together. How's that?
Oh, that is so beautiful, Elizabeth.
The bees are teaching me a lot. They've actually communicated with me, and I feel like I'm just continuing to listen to them the way we can all listen to the collective of humanity so that we can all experience something, better and better, more healing, more growth, more enjoyment of life. And this is one way that we can help that happen. I am really grateful that we have this opportunity to receive donations through the nonprofit, through the sales of Shasta the Skunk Honeybee Hero, or through our donate button, because our programs that we want to offer are varied and they would include the bees and also kind of like what they need, but how they mirror how to tend to our own soul and our own community. We have soul space creativity and Soul of Beloved offered by Heather Taylor, who is a part of our nonprofit, and she loves helping youth become adults in this navigating this critical time that we're in where things can seem hopeless or chaotic to a lot of youth. They don't know which direction to go, and she's helping with projects through her soul space. And then we also have people in this community that I'm working with who want to build community, both physical in new ways where we can, thrive on the planet. So building with natural building materials that are beautiful and sustainable and fire resilient to, like healing spaces where somebody can offer maybe some free Reiki sessions to people in need. And there's so many different ways that we can help community. There's a lot of people here who would love to offer something to this community or to other communities, and they just need a little inspiration and help and to know where to go. Do you agree, Robin?
Oh, absolutely. I think we're reminding people that we're not powerless and that we can choose how we want to use our time while we're on this planet. And if we're all in collaboration with the idea that each one of us has something to offer and we celebrate that and we come together, it is limitless what we can all do to make this earth a better place and more comfortable for ourselves and future generations.
Oh, I agree. I can feel the magic in it that wants to flow through. And to me, it's like a miracle. And miracles can become commonplace when we open to it. And so
Absolutely.
that's part of that wave you described earlier that I'm experiencing right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing it too and feeling it. And I would imagine people who are listening, who are sensitives, are also catching this frequency and they're feeling that invitation. So, certainly looking forward to hearing from people who want to be on the show.
Yes. Give us a buzz.
Want to be on the show? You go to bewellhive.org. So
Okay.
we look forward to hearing from you. And again, if you'd like to be in the seat of honor on Mount Shasta's Mystic Radio, contact Elizabeth Diane at bewellhive.org. And if you'd like to reach me for any reason, robinalexis.com. Look forward to hearing from you.